is a moment, usually around late afternoon, when the day starts to slow down and the question comes creeping in, what's for supper? For years, that question felt heavy and complicated, overwhelming, but somewhere along the way, through trial and error and a whole lot of real-life learning, I found something different. Simple suppers. Low carb, good fat, meals that don't just feed you, they free you. And today, I'm bringing you into my kitchen, my porch, and even my garden, because this way of eating, it's not just about food. It's about a life that feels lighter, calmer, and honestly, a whole lot more beautiful. I'm starting with one of the easiest, most comforting meals I make. It's a creamy barbecue chicken skillet. Most of the time I am cooking for two, so I have 2 chicken breasts and I cut them longwise in half. You can use thighs or legs if you wish. I season it very well with a good quality salt and my blend of garlic and onion seasonings. Now there's nothing complicated here. Use any seasonings you like, just enough to help bring out that beautiful chicken flavor. I coat the skillet with some organic, unrefined coconut oil. Best if you can find it in a glass jar, and try and stay away from those plastics. It gives the chicken a subtle richness that works well with what's coming. Place the chicken pieces into the skillet. Now you can use a ceramic dish or a glass dish. Any casserole dish will work here. Then, this is the part that changes everything. You want to take some cream cheese. I like to use the block cream cheese like here, but you can use, I have used whipped cream cheese. I find that this is just richer, so much more richer this way, and just works well baked in the oven. But if all you have is the whipped cream cheese, it works just fine. Just take little pieces of it, put it on the back of a spoon, and just put it all over the top of your chicken. And then the next secret is this beautiful, sweet, smoky, beautiful barbecue sauce, sugar-free. You can find it in your grocery stores. And just paint it over the top of the chicken. Make sure all the chicken is fully coated because you don't want anything to dry out. Now, after I finished doing this, I realized, you know what? I really didn't have enough cream cheese on here, because you want a lot of that cream cheese. The melting of the cream cheese into the smoky, sweet barbecue sauce and the taste of the chicken and all the flavorings and seasonings you put on it. It is just a bite of chicken that you are not going to forget easily. It is so good and absolutely company worthy. As it bakes, about 20 minutes on 350, the cream cheese melts down into that barbecue sauce and it turns into this rich and creamy glaze. It is really just so delicious, sweet, savory, comforting, and it feels like something you shouldn't be eating, but you absolutely can. Now on the side, on this night, I'm going to bring out a bag of frozen organic broccoli that I got at Aldi, and it is so delicious. All I do is just steam it in my trusty copper pot. I just put the frozen broccoli right in and about 2 tablespoons of water. That's all you need, and you're going to steam it on kind of a medium temperature. It's bright green, it's fresh, and it's clean, because balance doesn't have to be complicated. When the broccoli is done, I just add a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, and you can put cheese on here. Many times I'll put some shredded cheese on top of that. Tonight, in just a minute, I'm going to add a little wedge of lemon juice to this too. I just think that tastes like the way the steakhouses serve their broccoli. It has that little bit of lemon twist to it. It is so delicious. Might be something you might want to throw on your broccoli tonight for your simple supper in your home. Now, if you've been watching me for a good amount of time, you know that sauerkraut is a huge part of our life. I make my own sauerkraut, and on this night, you can see here, I am almost done, not only with this jar, but completely done. I have nothing. I have to start from scratch all over and make sauerkraut tomorrow. It'll take me 2 or 3 weeks before it's ready to go, but we can look forward to it. And I think I'll make a little bit more this time. Usually I make about 3.5 gallons worth at a time, but I'm going to make a little bit more so I can stretch it a little longer. But this meal was so good, just so delicious. I hope you'll give this chicken dish a try in your kitchen tonight for your family. It is so delicious, you'll want to eat it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Now maybe it's lunchtime, or maybe dinner just simply needs to be quick. I can't remember if this was a lunch or a supper, a light supper. I don't remember. I think maybe it was just a light supper. We had eaten early. Sometimes that happens. We have a late breakfast. We get full from that. And then we just have a light supper. And I think that's what's going on here. But this is a quesadilla, one of my quesadillas. It is so good. I start here with some whole wheat wraps, and they are just so delicious. I just buy them at Aldi. They're the Aldi brand, and they're very good. Now, we don't have them a lot, but I did happen to have this package, and I wanted to use them up. So I'm going to use some provolone cheese. It's one of our favorite cheeses. And I put that on the bottom. And then I have some roast beef slices. Now the roast beef I buy at Sam's Club. It is delicious, very beefy tasting, very satisfying. It's really nice. And I put about 4 slices on each of the tortillas here with the provolone cheese. You don't have to add anything else. If you wanted to add a smidge of butter, or if you wanted to add some mayonnaise and maybe some Dijon mustard, that would be tasting pretty good on these, but you don't have to add a thing. And then I take one more piece of cheese and lay it on top. It kind of acts as a glue and keeps the tortillas together. And my cast iron skillet has been heating up with the butter, and you have to use butter for this because it's going to take these quesadillas, these tortillas, and turn them into a crispy, crunchy, lightly buttery, delicious meal for you. You're going to absolutely love these. I usually have my skillet on about a medium. I don't want them to burn. You have to watch them carefully. Don't walk away. Don't take a phone call. Don't watch TV. Nothing. Just stay right there with them. And when they're done, get them right off the fire and put them on a plate. And then I just start the second one. Since it's just Lou and I, it's very easy to just do 2 at a time. You know, that other one is just sitting and waiting patiently on the counter for the second one. And they do cook very quickly. That cheese melts very fast and the beef gets nice and hot. They are thin slices, and so it pretty much works really well for this. Now there's something about that crunch when you cut into it. Oh, it is just so wonderful. It is simple. It is satisfying. It's just no stress. You can keep it light as a snack, or turn it into a full meal with a fresh salad on the side, or maybe a simple vegetable like some green beans or some cut up red or green peppers with a dip perhaps, something just really yummy. That's the beauty of this way of eating. It bends to your life, friends. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the benefits. that feeds you comes from the kitchen. Step outside with me for a second. A red and white faux flower garden, and if you didn't know better, you'd think it was completely real. They move with the breeze, they're soft, they're natural, and they are totally and completely effortless. There's no maintenance, there's no stress, just beauty that shows up every single day. I love looking out my kitchen window every morning and looking at those beautiful flowers. And later, I'll show you another set of flowers that might surprise you even more. Because creating a peaceful life isn't just about what you eat, it's about what you surround yourself with. These faux flowers will be down in my Amazon storefront below this video if you'd like to check that link out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I have a wreath and some beautiful hanging ferns to show you on my front porch at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now this is where it all comes together. The grill is hot. The air feels different. You can tell it's finally grilling season. Lou and I spend a lot of time out here in our summer house. If you watch my videos, you know that our summer house is very precious to us. It is a total mess at the moment and in desperate need of a power wash and a vacuum and a good cleaning so that everything is ready. And when it is ready, I do have a video of how we put it together when we first moved in. I'll link that below. It's a wonderful video of to see the transformation. But it's in need of cleanup, and as soon as we get that done, I will take you back out there to our very special summer house. But tonight, the grill is hot, and we are ready for two beautiful, juicy New York strip steaks. You know we love them. They are well seasoned, they're simple, they're bold, and they are just right. I put a little avocado oil on the grill top. That is a good high heat point oil to use. I also used some lard. If I had had some bacon, I would have saved the bacon grease, and I definitely would use that out on this grill. It's also a wonderful way, if you're just getting a new flat top grill like this, a great way to season that grill is with lard. Just put it on there and let her rip. The sizzle, oh, the sizzle of those steaks on the grill. I was so excited tonight. This is our first time of the season using our grill, so I was very excited. And I knew the first thing I was going to cook out there were going to be these two beautiful steaks. Hey, nothing complicated, no marinades, no overthinking, just real food cooked really well. Now that was our sun tea. I let that sit out all day, and I do that all summer long. As soon as the sun gets really, really hot and steamy, we just love that kind of tea. It's so delicious, and I'll show you how I put it together later. We're going to have that for supper. I bring my copper pot out, and I place it right down on top of the grill with our green beans in there. Those are organic green beans, also from Aldi. They have a nice selection of frozen organic vegetables at a very reasonable price. So why wouldn't you buy them organic if you possibly can? For years I didn't. We didn't have organic anything. But I'm a little bit more choosy now, and our whole grocery system and how we shop has changed. And I can't buy everything organic, but when I can, I do. So that is going to be a delicious dinner. Juicy steaks and wonderful steamed green beans. And here I am pouring that iced tea into these two little glasses with some ice. And all I do is add some lemon. Yes, I use a lot of lemon. And fresh lemon is so good for you. And put in as much as possible because it's just so tasty. And this is my allulose. That's my faux sugar of choice. Yeah, and put a good amount in there and stir it up, and it's just delicious. This isn't diet food. This is living well. As the day winds down, this is where I like to end up. Lace curtains gently flowing in the breeze, a front porch that feels calm, welcoming, lived in. Hanging faux ferns, lush, full, incredibly realistic. And right there on the door, a wispy wildflower wreath. I will show you. They're soft, they're natural, they're effortless. There's no climbing up on a ladder with a little cup of water and trying to feed those ferns every few days. And we did that last year, and it was no fun. So I already knew at the end of the season last year that these faux flowers were going to be a very real part of our life. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me today on Super 60s Farmhouse in the Forest. I hope you'll come back next week. Press that subscribe button, and I will see you very soon. Bye now, and Lord bless.